and welcome back to my channel. So today I'm going to be taking you through my Kayali fragrance collection and ranking my favorites. There's been, I think, 26 different Kayali perfumes over the years. I don't have all of them. I think I have about 8 or 9 of my favorites, so I'm going to let you know what they are. If you are new here, then hello and welcome. I'm all about perfumes. I have hundreds of videos like this, not just going through ranges, but new releases, perfume notes, perfumers, so do check out my other content. And if you're a regular, do make sure you're subscribed and give the video a thumbs up, that really helps me. And I'll leave links down in the description box to the rest of my Kayali videos, like deep dives into her different fragrances, and of course the links to where you can get her perfumes all around the world. Cool, so Kayali was only founded in 2018, but they already have such a fabulous collection, and it is run and owned by Mona Katan, who is the sister of Huda Katan of Huda Beauty. And Mona, she has a little bit of a similar background to me in that she used to work in the city. She then went and ran Huda's Beauty. Huda started off as a makeup YouTuber. She started out with a set of eyelashes, like an eyelash range, and now she has like this massive empire of makeup, super successful. And then the Kayali brand is like a subset of Huda Beauty that's run by Mona, and Mona is passionate about fragrances. She has like thousands and thousands of perfumes. She collects them. She even has mine, my 3 perfumes, and she has this amazing perfume display in her office, which is insane. And what I love about the brand is it's very fun and light-hearted, and you know, she puts herself at the forefront of the brand and the campaign images, so it feels very personal, and it doesn't take itself too seriously. It uses bright colors. I think it's just a really fun brand. So it's been quite difficult for me to decide what my favorite is, and I think I've come down on the side of the Utopia Vanilla Cocoa. So I do love coconut in perfumes, and this one really is like a sweet tropical coconut, but the warmth of the vanilla in this means you can wear it all year round. It kind of reminds me a bit of Bronze Goddess, but a little bit more warmer and stronger. And it has some quite pretty white floral notes in here of gardenia, honeysuckle, jasmine tuberose, lots of white florals, which make it feel quite feminine. So it's not sickly sweet, it's not an intense vanilla. It's just quite creamy, quite wearable, and definitely one of my favorite coconut perfumes to wear. And it layers really well with my Aphrodite. If you want to mix the mango of Aphrodite with the coconut of this, it works really well. So I think that is my #1 favorite personally. I do find this performs quite well as well. My second favorite is Love Fest Burning Cherry that I have in the travel spray here. So this is like a black cherry, so it's not a cherry blossom or a really sugary sweet red cherry. It's like a deep syrupy dark cherry, and what it has is this burning note in, which is kind of like the smell of fireworks or being near a fire, which I really love. There aren't many perfumes that have it in, and I find perfumes that have it in I really like Flower Bomb Nectar with that gunpowder note. And particularly in the autumn, we have Fireworks Night, Guy Fawkes Night here in the UK in November, and yeah, it just makes me feel quite autumnal and wintry and cozy, and it's really unusual as well. There's nothing else really like this, and again, definitely one of my top cherry perfume recommendations, and it performs well. It's a good for lasting, that one. So third, I'm actually gonna say the new release, Yum Bougie Marshmallow. This literally just came out, and this is just such a fun, happy fragrance. It comes in, of course, in this baby pink, millennial pink, and it's a strawberry marshmallow, but it also has a really fresh, pretty freesia note in it, a white floral. So it's quite light-hearted. Again, it's not overly sweet or overly sugary. Very wearable, and when you're in that kind of mood for something very innocent and girly and sort of very pretty and just happy, I think it really fits that, ticks that box. So it makes me smile, which is something I love about fragrance, and yeah, I think since this came out, I've been wearing it the past few days and I do really like it. It's just very uplifting. Next up is Eden Juicy Apple. So this one really reminds me of Britney Spears' Midnight Fantasy. So it has quite a lot of nostalgia for me. That was one of my first perfumes. And it has this wild berry, mixed berry, fruity note in it, which is in Midnight Fantasy. And of course it has the apple as well. So it's super fruity, super fun. This one I like layering with my Empress perfume because it brings out the sort of strawberry top note and makes it a bit more fruitier. You've got blackcurrant in here, and yeah, it's probably one of the sweetest, definitely the most fruitiest in the range, but I feel really nostalgic for it, and I love this red bottle as well. So next up is the Vanilla Candy Rock Sugar. This is probably my favorite bottle. I love that pearlescent effect and the pink liquid inside. This one is super sweet, does smell like walking into a sweet shop, but you have an opening pear note, which I love. It's very refreshing. I love pear, and a little bit of violet as well, which is very feminine. It is said to have a bubblegum note in it, but I don't really get bubblegum because I hate the smell of bubblegum, like that Moschino Toy 2 bubblegum perfume. So to me, this just smells like a sweet shop, quite vanilla-y, like a really sweet drink. But the bottle is my favorite, so that's why it gets this position. We then have Sweet Diamond Pink Pepper that I have here. This one is a little bit more sophisticated. Pink pepper is kind of floral note. It doesn't smell like black pepper. It's rose and it has a hint of saffron as well. So it's a little bit more Middle Eastern. It's a little bit more sophisticated, grown up. I find it performs really, really well. One of the best for performing outside the Oudgasm range she had. And it's just a little bit grown up, but still has that kind of girly element to it that are in a lot of the Kayali fragrances. Next up, Eden Sparkling Lychee. So this is kind of like the sister of Eden Juicy Apple. They're quite similar, but lychee is just a little bit sharper, a little bit lighter, fresher, a little bit more citrusy. But again, it's quite a fresh, citrusy perfume, definitely one of the freshest in the range. For me, it's very much like a summer fragrance. And lychee is something that we get in a lot of rose perfumes like Caroline Herrera, Very Good Girl, like Parfum de Molly, Delina. So you could really layer this with one of them if you want to bring out the lychee note in there. Next, one of the original Kayali fragrances, just called Vanilla. This is an ambery vanilla that has a bit of a brown sugar note in. Very wearable, and vanilla is obviously so popular at the moment in so many fragrances, and this really just is like a tribute to vanilla. We don't have any jasmine in, which a lot of vanilla fragrances do at the moment. Instead, it just brings out the warmth, the coziness of the vanilla. It's just like a really beautiful modern vanilla scent. So if you're looking for just a vanilla perfume, I do recommend this, and I find it performs well. And you can tell by the color of the liquid that this is like a good concentration, the fact that the liquid is dark. And then lastly, we have Yum Pistachio Gelato. So this really does smell like pistachio ice cream. It's cozy, it's musky, it's slightly nutty from the pistachio, but it's also very sugary. I love the bottle, this kind of like frosted turquoise. And it is just very unusual and different. There's not a lot of pistachio perfumes out there. If you like the almond note that's in Elie Saab Girl of Now, I think you'd like this. I find it doesn't like have a huge amount of lasting power and projection. So even though it's sort of sweet, I would say this is for like lighter weather, the summer. It's not super strong, but it's really unusual and really creative. And then lastly, I wanted to include one that I don't have, I used to have, and I need to repurchase it, was the limited edition one that she released, the Wedding Silk Santal, which is now, I believe, come back as a permanent addition to the range because it was so successful. This has a vanilla, sweet vanilla base, like her signature kind of base, and the creamy sandalwood, but then it also has quite a lot of peach in it and a champagne note, and the peachiness in it really reminds me of my Artemis, so it's like a sweeter version, a vanilla-y version of Artemis. So yeah, really love that one. If you like peach perfumes, definitely one to check out. So those are my favorite Kayali fragrances. Let me know what you would include in your favorites, which other ones have I not mentioned that you love. The Oudgasm range are amazing for lasting. If you're looking for an oud perfume, I do recommend them. They're amazing for lasting. And I can't wait to see what her next release is. There'll probably be another one in a few months because they come out so often, so it's always exciting to see. But yeah, let me know your thoughts down below in the comments, and everything will be linked in the description box. But that's it, guys. So thanks so much for watching as always, and I'll see you in the next video. Bye.